We have never worked this hard on a set before we got started. We have never probably put the prep work into the play before it happened, and we've never walked into it with so much fear and trembling. Hi, I'm Reba Hervis, Artistic Director at Overshadowed Theatrical Productions. Welcome to this week's episode from the Wings, and back in the hot seat is Rebecca Leland, our co-anchor.
Ooh, I love it. And live here at Overshadowed, we have the mini set for the play that goes wrong.
We just want to talk to you a little bit about the process. We really wanted Yo to be in here and be with us, but he said he'd worked 19 days straight and he wanted today off. And we
that's
said,
fair.
No, we didn't. We said,
Okay.
Of course, I had no idea you worked 19 days straight. Please take a day off. That's literally terrible. I can't. But he's such a workaholic, and
Incredible.
he really wanted to be able to give us a set this week to work on. But for those of you out there that may be thinking, how do we get from page to the real life stage? Yes, like that. I mean, somebody might have said that somewhere before.
We meant it. It's ours. Trademarked.
Yes. So I picked this play last February and March. It's been a year. And the minute that I did, I called Yo, and also you may have watched one of our videos on the making of the set of Noah. Yeah. We used to have a set designer, Steve Keller, who built most of our sets. He was our technical director for a little bit of time as well. And he does all of our big engineered sets when we do it. And so I called him right away and I'm like, look, how much is it going to cost me? Because I would hire him for this because it takes away from his job, right? Yeah. I'm like, how much would it cost for you to build my set for the play that goes wrong? And he goes, I really don't think I can afford the time, but I will get you through what you need. And so we literally have been working on it a year. There is a Facebook group that is a production resource for anybody who's doing the play that goes wrong.
Specifically this play.
Yes. Easy. And you can go on and ask them any questions, like, how did you hide the swords? You know, how did you do auditions? Like all kinds of different things. Yes. And then you go from there. So our set, because we don't like to copy things, is a little bit tweaked, but it's mainly... Well, the set tells you what it needs.
And
it has to have certain things.
Character.
Right, exactly. So Yo, after weeks and weeks of studying and taking pictures and deciding what he wanted, I came in one day and he had built me this lovely 3D model.
To scale.
To scale. So when she zooms in on this later, you will see all the measurements that are written in white chalk down here. Even on the back, when you turn it around,
so cool.
The same thing happens. We have this is where this ledge is, and it says here that the height to the peak of the circle is this, and this is wide, and we have a fake wall back here, and all the different things that it does. So he built this for me, and then we came in and we kind of talked about it a little bit because I knew that there were certain things that I really actually needed, and then there were other things that we kind of decided together.
There's some dangerous stunts, truly.
Yeah.
Like you said during their first read-through, people could die. This is not a joke. The set literally falls apart because things need to go wrong.
Right.
And if something goes wrong, the play that goes wrong, people could get very seriously injured. And on Broadway, they were saying how there's a lot of understudies for this show.
They have to keep 30 in the town. Somewhere in the city, there's 30 at any time that they could call and say, can you come do this for us because somebody just got hurt. Wow. So it's pretty amazing. Yeah. So then once I started working on it, I realized that I needed to tweak some of the things that he had done because he had asked me early on if I needed to have any space between this wall and the wall of our theater. And I did not remember that I did, or I thought I was going to do something differently. But then once I started reading the script again, I realized that this door right here is supposed to get stuck. It's a whole bit. And so they sneak in over
edge.
this
so you're
way.
Blocking. He was asking you, like, blocking wise. Do
Yes,
you need it?
and I wasn't really to that point that I could answer all the itty bitty questions.
Yeah.
I could answer the big, broad ones,
Yeah.
but that one just escaped me. So he had to shift everything a little bit so that there's enough room. So then when he shifted it, because, you know, our space doesn't get any bigger, then Trevor sits over here. Trevor is the tech director in the play.
And
so
he actually gets to be
he's sitting on the stage,
so great,
right?
the actor.
And so it had to move him over so that then we have to actually build down off of the stairs because of that. So, you know, everything is just so mathematically laid out so that it will fit, that it has just been a little bit difficult. The other thing is that at the play that goes wrong, literally the set collapses on them at the end. Sorry, spoiler alert.
So good.
And so we want this flat, and for those of you who don't know, flats are usually what you call the wall in theaters. So this wall, and this wall, like go like boom, boom, boom on top of each other. And you can see that there's spaces for each one of them. This one is kind of in the fireplace. But so technically what I would like at the end is to have one person standing in each one of those spots so that literally it falls down around them. Love your face.
That's so scary. I'm trying to imagine it as a human being.
Like doing that. Yeah.
And just to trust. Like just to trust that flat is not going to squish your flat. Like that's
or
insane.
take off your head as it goes, right?
In front of an audience.
Yes, right. So our ceiling, he built ours massive. So it's so cool. Like when you walk into the theater, those of you who will come to see this, when you walk in, it's just almost like just grand and beautiful. And he's done such a great job with the trim and everything. I'm literally giddy.
You want the frightening.
Oh
my gosh.
Yes. Yes, right? You got to have the frightening. Otherwise, it's like, well, they planned for it to go wrong. And that's one of the things that we talked about at our practicing today. It's like, when you go to a professional theater and something goes wrong, you as an audience kind of like it, right? You're like, oh, they're human. Look, Mary Poppins is stuck in the ceiling and she can't get out. It's like so great, right? And people usually are very kind about it. The only time I've ever heard of an audience that didn't like something like that is Mary Poppins literally got stuck in the ceiling in Chicago, and they had to get her out, and they had to bring a lift into the theater, so they had to clear out the theater to get her down. So anyway, our flats are very tall, and we're very close to downstage. So he demonstrated. Let me show you
Not
this.
to kill the people.
So remember, this is the scale, right? So if this one was going to fall.
And there goes rows A and B.
A and B are out. So that was another reason that he was like, I don't know if I can drop all of them. And I was like, that's fair.
Instead of like a splash zone, it's like a squish zone.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want it to hit the audience either. So what are we going to do about that?
What did you do?
So he's going to have the top header of some of them stay attached. So it'll disconnect like a little lower so that it won't hit the audience in the head, which I'm glad. I'm glad it's not going to hit you guys in the audience, in the head.
But not even being able to then make it, you had to make it fit the stage and our scale.
Yes.
And that is
it's insane.
That's insane.
Right? I'm telling you, I'm so excited about doing it. So we did borrow this platform from another theater. We were going to have to build it, but somebody wrote us and said that they saw that we were doing the play that goes wrong, and they said, we also know that you have a Chitty Chitty Bang Bang car to rent, so we are wondering if you will let us use your Chitty car if we can use your platform.
Do we love that, or do we love that?
We love that.
And it easily fit through the doors.
And so that saved us weeks. Wait a minute. What did you just say?
And that easily fit through the doors of Overshadowed?
Oh no.
The play went wrong before the play went wrong?
Oh yeah, 100%. So let me just talk about that a little bit. So before we get started, our head costumer broke her wrist so bad that she needed to have surgery. And then last weekend, her basement flooded, and she had to get everybody. She came to me today, and she goes, "I just want you to know that I'm living out the play that goes wrong in my life." And I'm like, "I'm so sorry." But then the second thing is they got the platform. They went to get it last week, and they got to our main theater doors and got up there and couldn't get the platform in. So they actually had to there's a window over here on the wall of our auditorium that's backstage. They had to knock it out or take it out. I don't know what the right word is. And then bring the platform of the whole window, had to go bye-bye, and they had to bring it on and get it on that way into our theater space. So the play that goes wrong is already going wrong. We have never worked this hard on a set before we got started. We've never had this much room backstage when we don't need it. We have never probably put the prep work into the play before it happened, and we've never walked into it with so much fear and trembling. But to anything that we're doing,
and that's saying so much so, because like everyone who comes to an Overshadowed show, and you've made this a purpose. A lot of shows you walk in and there's a curtain.
Yeah,
you will find that is not a thing at Overshadowed. We have what do you call that thing? That's proscenium, and it's always like very ornate. But you walk in and you see the set, and it's because Overshadowed does it so well, because Yo does it so well, and he's so talented. So to preface, Overshadowed stages are already like awe-inspiring. The fact that you guys have had a year to put into this, like, that's why we said we have to make a whole episode about this stage, because she deserves it.
Yeah, she does.
And it is quite literally going to be awe-inspiring.
Yeah.
And to come see the show go wrong so right, like, it's going to be such
I'm so
a good
excited.
show.
And our cast is so great. It's going to be an amazing ride. We'll probably fill you guys in a little bit as we go. We would love to be a resource for those of you who might be thinking to do the play that goes wrong somewhere out there. We'll tell you how we did things, but the production help is already out there. You can go to Facebook and you can find it. We hope that you'll make plans wherever you are to come see it. I promise you, it's going to give you a lot of enjoyment, and we are going to give you a very entertaining night.
You're gonna want to come see this show.
I mean, look at this.
It's incredible. It's already awe-inspiring. It is going to be fantastic.
Yeah. Don't you wish you would audition for this too?
I'm not dying. No. This ain't my show.
Guys, it's going to be so much fun. That is so much fun. So if you have any questions, please let me know. We would be happy to answer anything that you have. Please come out, follow us, like us, tell other people about us. But until next time, this is just me.
And me.
Talking to you from the wings. It's like, boop.
Yes.